Let's fight, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight. Welcome in the ring. Good to see each and every one of you. Giving you back some time from last Wednesday. You guys would have seen we're up a couple of minutes early, giving you back your time. We waiting for y'all to get on bad. We are not going to wait for you guys to get on bad. Let us know if you're hearing the audio clear where you guys are. Good to see Candy, Lillian, Inderjeet, and all the other folks joining us. Laverne, Austin, Simon, good to see you there as well. Let us know if you guys are receiving the audio loud and clear. Good to see each and every one of you guys. We are really happy that you guys could be here. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to each and every one of you guys. We trust you had a good weekend. We had a good weekend. Wish we had some more rest, guys, but it is what it is. What we're going to tell you guys, it is what it is. But we are here, we are fired up, and we are ready to go for yet another week. We got some exciting programs lined up for you guys. Lots of information on the fight card as per usual. We have a special guest from across the Atlantic, guys. Great to have each and every one of you with us. And as you know, as you come on, guys, what you got to do, we got to share. We got to share the live stream again. So good to have all of you in the ring with us this evening, guys. We would have it no other way at all. So as you get your popcorn, you get your Cokes, and you put up your foot in your chair and your lazy boy, you got that smart television on, the remote in your hands. Guys, sit back, relax, buckle in. Information coming your way, guys. Great to have all of you on board with us this evening. Really good to see you guys here. We hope that you guys have had a fantastic weekend. Let us know how the weekend went. And some of you guys were home, relaxing, chillaxing. The rest of us, we had to be working for the man, folks. How you guys like, those of you who are in the diaspora, especially in the US of A, how the temperature's going up there, guys. My Lord, New York is a little nippy. But as you guys go to places like, let's take, for instance, Connecticut. Oh, my father. It is so cold in Connecticut. So cold there, but we are hopeful that you guys have bundled up, that you guys have put on your layers. You know how it is there. And wherever you guys are getting us from, guys, that you are well. You had a great weekend, and we're coming out of that. And we trust that you guys are going to have a fantastic week. You guys are going to surmount the challenges. The challenges are going to come. We cannot affect that in any way. They are going to come, but it's how we respond to those challenges, guys. We're going to have myriad challenges. But our prayer and our encouragement is that you guys not only survive, that you guys also thrive. Again, let us know how you guys are receiving the audio where you guys are. Folks like Laverne Harricharan, Kelman Passard, Alexis Douglas, Roxlyn Jones, Jeremy Marks, Orin Doncook, all of you fantastic folks, as you come into the arena, as you come into the Coliseum, guys, we ask you to share the live stream, and we want to see those emojis as well. How did the weekend treat you, Marilyn Thomas, Cecile Ogle, and Shonette Sicharan Mohan? What kind of weekend did you have? The Cole and Marsha Glasgow, Neil Diamond Star, and Roxanne, Odessa Jacobs, Lynette Jacobs, the whole Jacobs clan here with us this evening. Good to see all you fantastic folks. We don't know about you, but we are fired up and we are ready to go. Folks, we said to you guys early on that everything may not sync simultaneously where we want it to, because we are tweaking lots of stuff behind the scenes just for you guys, so that you have a better production, you have a better program, you have more information, you can see me properly, all my good looks and so forth. And you guys can enjoy the program hassle-free, professionally done. So we're still tweaking some things at the back end. So if you see some little flashes here and there, guys, it's just because we want to keep improving the program, the content, the look of the program, just for you guys. So we hope that you guys are receiving us, well. Michael Gittins and Alison Ramsarup, Robin Noreen is here. He says good evening to all you fantastic folks. Sheena Hazel is in the arena as well. We see Winston is here too. Winston, Shane Wayne Jr. is here as well. Let me get Winston's surname. Winston got me scrolling back. Winston Ewing is here. I see Rexan Austin as well is with us tonight. Gavin Liverpool is here. I see Tyson Hines, is it? I see Donna McDonald. Fantastic, beautiful, quiet, good-natured people. Folks, we want to see those. We want to see those shares. We want to see those emojis. We want to see those emojis as well. Most of all, guys, we are grateful that you are here. And once you guys are here, you guys are going to make the program exactly what it is. And we're so thankful for that. We're so thankful that you guys show up every night and you are ready to be a part of what is happening. That being said, folks, we got to fight. Let's fight. We can't be weary. Can't be weary now, folks. Let's fight. We got to fight. We got to fight. We got to do what we got to do. Let's fight. Y'all hear that bell? I love that bell. Let's fight, guys. That's the call to attention. Good to see all of you guys. I am ready to get into the fight card. I don't want to waste any time this evening at all because I want to give you enough time for us to talk with our guests. And as you guys would have known, might have known, coming up, folks, coming up, we have the one and only Councilman Austin Thompson, and he is councilman for an area in Virginia in the USA. Now, Mr. Thompson or Councilman Thompson is Guyanese by birth, and so I really want to know how he has gone on to achieve that level of success there, becoming a councilman in Virginia, in Atlanta, and the specific area is in Georgia there. And I'm certain you guys who live in the diaspora know that that isn't any small feat to go in the people's country and you become a big thing. So we're going to be talking with our brother very, very shortly on the program. And we're going to be talking with him about his experience there as a Guyanese, his campaign, what gave him the edge, and how does he feel now? What are his plans for the people there, his constituents there, among other things. So we got coming up Councilman Mr. Thompson. He's going to be joining us, folks, and we look forward to having that conversation with him, guys. As you come on, share the live stream. I'm certain when y'all sleeping, you always hear that. Share the live stream. All over the weekend when we're not on, y'all hearing share the live stream, guys. Thanks for joining us this evening, wherever you guys are joining us from. Let's fight. We got to fight, folks. We got to fight. Let's fight. We got to fight the Jagabats. We got to fight the trenches. We are not giving them any room to maneuver. We got to fight them, guys. Good to see each and every one of you. And I am ready to get to it. If you guys are, I am ready to get to it, folks, to show you guys what's on the fight card this evening. Trust that you guys have had a fantastic weekend wherever you guys are joining us from, whether you are in Guyana, whether you're in Region 11, those folks who are joining us there from Georgia, big up, respect and manners. Those folks who are joining us from the diaspora on the whole, Region 11, so glad to have so many of you, our brothers and sisters from Suriname. Good to see you guys, Barbados, Trinidad, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis, all across the Caribbean, Barbados. Good to have each and every one of you, those folks who are joining us from around the world, from across the continents of the world. We are privileged to have you guys. And guys, we want to get right to it this evening. Let's get to the fight card, guys, and let's fight. First and foremost, guys, picture of the day. Picture of the day. And for this picture of the day, guys, we are going international. We're going international, folks. This is the picture of the day. We saw this and we could not resist it at all. We could not resist it at all. Now, let me tell you who this is. Let me bring it in a little closer for you guys. And let us tell you who this is. Now, this is a minister from the Pacific island of Tuvalu. This is the Pacific Island nation, Tuvalu, and his name is Simon Kofi. I almost said his name is Foreign Minister Simon Kofi, but Foreign Minister wouldn't be on his birth certificate now, would it? So he's the foreign minister of this Pacific Island nation called Tuvalu, and he recorded his speech to the COP26 forum that is being held in Scotland. He recorded his COP26 speech standing knee deep in the ocean to highlight the threat of rising sea levels. And I'm certain over the weekend we saw some reporting too that suggests, folks, that Guyana, or rather that Georgetown, by 2030, I think the year was approximated, Georgetown could be underwater if we don't tackle climate change. So here is Foreign Minister of the Pacific Island nation of Tuvalu, who recorded that message just last week to be shown at the COP26 conference. And this caused quite a stir on social media. We wanted to share it with you guys. And according to what Mr. Kofi said to the media, his statement, being filmed in this way, juxtaposes the COP26 setting with real life situations faced in Tuvalu, this Pacific Island nation, due to the impacts of climate change. Yep, due to the impact of climate change and sea level rise, and highlights the bold action Tuvalu is taking to address the very pressing issues of human mobility under climate change. Folks, sometimes you got to go big, you know. Sometimes you got to go big to make your statement. So go big or go home. Evan, your name calling. Folks, sometimes you got to go big or go home. Now, when you see folks like Mia Motley take to the international stage to put their case, you know you got to come different. You know you can't do things the same way at all. So here is the Foreign Minister of Tuvalu, Simon Kofi, going big, and this PR effort definitely worked, because we saw this percolating and circulating all over social media. So kudos to the Foreign Minister of Tuvalu, Mr. Simon Kofi. He has gotten his message out. Certainly, he has gotten the attention of those heads of states there at COP26. Folks, that being said, closer to home, protests, folks, protests. You know why? Because the PPP come back. So folks aren't having it. Folks are not satisfied with what's happening here at all. And so just today, folks, we saw some protests in Essequibo. The rice farmers aren't satisfied, folks. 1 year in, and we tired of them already. 1 year in, and the rice farmers can't take no more. And we have shown you guys right here in the ring, protest after protest against this installed regime. So just today, we saw the rice farmers in Essequibo protesting against prices of fertilizer. It is now $9,000. It was at the last crop, it was 5.6 at the last crop during the APNU AFC coalition. How could I not say that? During the APNU AFC coalition, it was $4,000 a bag of fertilizer, $5,600 quite recently, and now $9,000. Folks, Irfan Ali promised economic dynamism and resilience. How it going? Everything gone up. And we know that this economy, teetering on the edge, right there. So from 5,006 right to 9,000. You see how people turn into crime under this government? So here is part of what took place in Essequibo just today. Just today, folks. Take a listen. Yep. The rice farmers in Essequibo tired of them. A very, very short insert there. take a listen, take a look again at that. The rice farmers in Essequibo sticking it to this installed regime. Yep. Protest in the backside. And again, for those folks who are now joining us, be sure to share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. And that clip we just showed is the rice farmers there in Essequibo protesting against the further rise in fertilizer prices. It was $4,000. The good life under the APNU AFC government. And now it has gone to all kinds of substantial figures, 5, 6 of recent, and now $9,000. High North, the good life. Zarina James, the good life. Angela Campbell, how could you dispute that for 5 years we had the good life? Leon Logan and Jacqueline Johnson, that's what it looked like. That is what it looked like, $4,000 for a bag of fertilizer. Those are bread and butter issue because it will affect directly how much bread you can buy, how much roti you can make, the price of butter and all of that. How much disposable income you have for your family. So things going up, and we've showed you that. The last mid-year report, 14% in food prices. Inflation gone up. So much for economic dynamism. Ashley, your name calling. Economic dynamism and resilience, folks. So much for that. Moving on, we told you guys the people come back. The people, who people? These people. They come back. And to demonstrate that you know they're going to be vindictive. Because that is the nature of the people. Volme Wilson, Chanel Mitchell, Orwin Don Cook. That's the nature of the people, to be vindictive. We want to see those emojis. We want to see those shares. They're vindictive. And we want the wider world to see what's happening. They come back. So they've gone witch hunting. Latest victim? Who is the latest victim? Here he is, Sidney James, who headed Soku quite recently. But they ain't got time with Soku anymore. Or rather, Sarah. You all remember the disbanded Sarah that went after those guys who would have had their way with state assets and so forth? They disbanded Sarah. Now they're claiming that Sidney James involved in some kind of a fraud situation there at Soku, or was involved. You all know how these guys operate. So now they've placed him. He has been placed on, he was questioned quite recently and then placed on $300,000 station bail. Volde, y'all know that these guys wicked, stink, and dirty, and there's no other way we can put it. Volde Robinson, Angeli Abrams, and is it Glenvor Phillips, Roy Porter? We know how they stay. And so they're now going after Sidney James. He's now on $300,000 bail, and he was questioned in relation to allegations of fraud allegedly committed at Soku while he headed that agency. Strange turn in events. And we've discussed just last week some of the other things that are happening at Soku under Mr. Karimbash. And we have not finished with that issues yet. Just to give you guys an alert, because you know why? More in the matter than just the pistol. More in the matter than just the pistol. So we circling back to Karimbash and his acolytes there at Soku. But this is how the PPP operates. To distract from their failures, like the economy. Or they go after folks. Witch hunting. So folks like Sidney James. And we've articulated for you guys right here some of the folks at GCOM that they've gone after. And we have to remind you ever so often, because we know how these guys like to distract. How these guys like to distract. But we haven't it. So look, some of the other folks They're witch hunting here. Look, some of the other people. They've gone after Keith Lowenfield, Roxanne Myers, Clement Mingo, Enrique Levant, Michelle Miller, Carolyn Duncan, Dwight Hesberger, Denise Bob Cobbins, all from GCOM. Witch hunting. You know what is incredible? After over a year, not a conviction. After over a year, not a single conviction, wasting state resources. Other folks they've gone after. Big Auntie Valda, Big Auntie Carol Joseph, gone after Christopher Jones, gone after Sidney James, as we just pointed out. Huh? But we don't see the same thing happening on the other side at all. At all. Right? And we've seen them using the DPP. Shalimar Ali Haq. Their escapists, legal opinions. Oh, when one of theirs get in trouble, their legal opinions. They're waiting on legal opinions. Who else have they gone after? We saw them go after also Mr. Winston Jordan, former finance minister. Well, Winston not having it. We saw them go after Winston. Winston said not a bit of it. BS. Look, some other folks who they've gone after. This is political victimization 101. Oh, you can't talk now in this country. Soon as you say something, it's slander and libel. Basil Williams, there's a libel suit pursuing him in the courts. Annette and Jagdio got a royal rumble. Again, over slander and libel. Right now, Jagdio owe Annette about $20 million. He won't pay. He should tell to the CCJ. I think it's more than just this suit, libel suit with Jagdio and Annette. You know, Jagdio trying to get Annette attention for a long time. Jagdio trying to get Annette attention for a long time. Annette little big bone. So I don't know if Jagdio think he can chew off all of that. He might choke. He might choke. Right? So I think there's more in the matter than just the pistol on this Annette and Jagdio story here. He trying to get Annette attention. Hoping Annette wholly able. They've gone after Jai Paul Sharma. Same thing, slander and libel, gone after James Bond. They ain't easy. But look when it comes to their own, how they operate. Look when it comes to their own, how these jagabats operate. Look how they operate, folks. You all remember Ashley Singh was charged? Charges dropped. Land deal, fraud. Millions of taxpayers' money on the selling prime real estate. Winston Basington, Charles dropped by Shalimar Ali Haq. Y'all remember Claudette? The witch? Claudette had private criminal charges brought before the courts against her. Shalimar Ali Haq dropped those charges, no questions asked, no reasons given. Irfan Ali, 19 fraud charges. Dropped. No questions asked, no reasons given. Irfan Ali, y'all remember that? 19 fraud charges. Anil Nandilal and the law books, y'all remember that? Charges dropped, no questions asked, no reasons given. Systematically, we have seen that happening. And while we're on that, just today, the case concerning the PS Sharon Hicks, who was caught in a sting operation taking a bribe. You remember what I told you all? It is the modus operandi when it concerns their people, or they're waiting on a legal opinion. So it's like a football right now. The DPP kicked the file back to the police for more investigation. The police kick it back to the DPP. Then the DPP kick it back to the police. That's really how it's going right now. Back and forth, kicking Sharon Hicks' file. Caught red-handed demanding a bribe from a contractor, and they're still awaiting legal opinions. We've never seen anything like this, folks. Never seen anything like this at all. Waiting legal opinion. And that's how it has been going, as reported by Starbuck News just recently. The police sent the file to the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecutions. The lady sent it back to them. They dot the I and cross the T, send it to her, she sent it back. And Sharon still being paid taxpayers' dollars. Off the job and administrative leave, still enjoying the full benefits. And that is how it's going to be if this yo-yo, this football lasts for 10, 15 years. Back and forth. And then you know what's going to happen? One day we wake up, we hear the file missing. Breakdown police station, burned down. Sorry, that don't happen. Some other police station, burned down. File missing. Because that is how they treat their own. They protect. Y'all remember these folks? Try to highlight them ever so often. Sharon has joined this elite team. Done some egregious things. And just like Sharon, file waiting legal opinion. Carl Singh. Should the young lady in Region 9 there, he's the REO, file waiting for the investigation. Terry Chan Balgobin. Knocked down that young teacher in Barbies. Nothing. Zamal Hussein, again, knocked down a pedestrian. Cleared in the wrong. Nothing has come of that. Alicia Darimple. And all these folks are PPP folks. By the policeman. Y'all know that infamous incident. Bit the policeman. Nothing. Faisal Jafar Ali, a member of parliament, a member of the National Assembly, hit down a 12-year-old, left the scene of the accident without rendering any assistance. Nothing has come of that. And then we got this other jagabat. This other jagabat. Dr. Grayston Halley. Same thing. Hit down somebody. Nothing has come of that. Folks, y'all know if you or I hit an ants or a horse crossing the road, the whole book will be thrown at us. But not these jagabats. Not these jagabats. Not them. All you need to escape the clutches of the law in this country is to know a big one, to be associated, to be a minion to a big one. That is all you need. That is all you need. Shauna Fortune, you know we talking the things here. Rena Cummins, you know we talking the things here. Ruby Jones, y'all know we talking the things. All you need is a little red card. Your blue book can't get you an escape here. You need a red card for the place on Rob Street. Or the phone number of somebody that plays on Rob Street. And you would never see a court step, never see a police station. Never. Those are the inequities, folks, that pervades in 21st century living in this country. They come back. They have returned. That being said, let us turn our attention to the soup drinkers. Because they got some, you know. They got some. Look like y'all. Sound like y'all. Look like us. Sound like us. But they're drinking soup. They're drinking soup. They're drinking soup. Folks, you all remember I told you of this story about Schumann urging the president to meet with Harman? You all remember that? Well, Schumann is part of this whole grouping with Anug. So like in the meetings, they come with this plan. They go urge and plead and push. Because we saw Schumann a couple of days ago urging that the leader of the that the president engages the leader of the opposition for critical and long overdue substantive appointments of the Chancellor and the Chief Justice. As you know, the two sides must meet and agree. There must be meaningful consultation according to the Constitution. So we saw Schumann urging. Over the weekend, Ralph Ramkaran had prayers and supplications. Folks, y'all share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. Ralph Ramkaran had prayers and supplications over the weekend. Because he too was urging the swift establishment of the Judicial Service Commission. The swift establishment of the commission. We have also the Ethnic Relations Commission that needs to be reconstituted. Now, if you have a constitutional post, Irfan, catfish, nobody must force you. Nobody should be urging you. Nobody should be compelling you and pushing you. You have a constitutional function. And if these guys are such upholders and defenders and protectors of the Constitution, why a year later, Ralph and Schumann has to be urging and pleading and supplicating? Why is that? And we ain't even start talking yet about local government elections. So I am eager to hear them on local government elections, folks. Laverne Marcus, Dola Testana, Tracy Mullin, Jahu Fowler, y'all know November month, this month here, should have been local government elections. What has happened with that? What has happened with that? I'm trying to get some of this thing. Let me go to the other side. Off of my shoulder to give you more of it. Yeah. This month should have been local government elections, but we ain't seeing that. And mind you, local government elections are mandated by the Constitution. But we ain't hearing anything about that from these jagabats. But they're pleading and urging. Why? Why all of a sudden? Why this are not local government elections, for instance? That is the questions. But what can we say? These guys are the guardians of democracy. What can we tell them? Right? Mind you, Ralph Ramkaran has a cushy job at Foreign Affairs. Oh, he's advisor on border matters. Big salary when the month come. While they're urging and pleading, why don't they resign from the jobs in protest? Schumann got a big job with civil aviation. Hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars per month. So don't think when they finish urging there, they're going home in the lap of luxury and opulence. Your urgings and my urgings are different from theirs. They're being paid handsomely for their urgings. Marjorie Budram and Hazel King, Denise London Welshman, they're being paid nicely. So they've gotten their 30 pieces of silver. Some others getting theirs too. Y'all remember dancing? This other guardian? This is the same fella who has applied to be CEO of GCOM. He wants to be Chief Elections Officer, CEO. He's not content that he's been given a license to operate a 5G network in Guyana. He's not satisfied with that. He wants to be GCOM CEO as well. And the company that Mr. Singh represents is called Green Gibraltar. It's called Green Gibraltar. Folks, with all kinds of things happening here as it concerns Green Gibraltar. Now, we already know the Prime Minister has approved the thing. But the Prime Minister has come out recently saying that, oh, they still need to fine-tune aspects of it. So he was surprised when he saw Green Gibraltar stating that they have been granted the license because they know they have been granted it. We fooling ourselves. Yesterday, the company said this Green Gibraltar company dons 30 pieces of silver, said that there was a possible misunderstanding when last week it announced that it was granted this license to operate this 5G network. Yeah, from Guardian of Democracy. He's a guardian of a 5G network. The Prime Minister, for his part, in a statement said, while government desires to maximize competition and welcomes investment of new entrants in the sector and has indeed done considerable work in processing the application of Green Gibraltar Incorporated, we nevertheless note that there is a statutory process to be followed which is not yet complete, according to the Prime Minister. So he has said that Green Gibraltar has jumped the gun. But Green Gibraltar, no. They got this thing in the bag. They come back. The PPP come back. That is why Green Gibraltar knows that all the rest is formality. We will go ahead and announce we have gotten the license for 5G network. And perhaps Don know he's already gotten CEO of GCOM in the bag too. So we might see that announcement forthcoming very shortly. Valencia Langhorne and Robert Obamala, Johnson, Sean Archer, perhaps he knows that as well. So what the Prime Minister is seeking to do is to hoodwink. Oh, Don, hold on, the man. Let us at least have the facade of regularity. The presumption. Hold on a man, Don. Hold on a man, Don. Hold on now. Yeah, no, y'all got this thing, but we got to follow these. We got to make sure we take off the box. Don knows. Prime Minister, don't waste our time. Do not waste our time. Do not waste our time. Folks, we turn our attention to the main event. We told you we'd have a very special guest. No, it's not these jagabats. It's not them. We'd have a very, very special guest, and we have our guest with us this evening. Folks, we got to fight. We got to fight, and this is a gentleman, Mr. Austin Thompson, who knows about fighting. He's been fighting there in Georgia, fighting there, and very, very successful at what he has been doing. And we are so tremendously grateful for all that has been happening and all of his success. Folks, and you know, and I know that when our Guyanese go out there in the diaspora, they do tremendously well. So again, folks, this is our congressman from Georgia, the honorable congressman from Georgia, Guyanese Austin Thompson. Austin Thompson, and we are so grateful to have him with us this evening. Folks, without any further ado for the main event, let me give my brother a drum roll. You know, we let extra around these bars. We let extra. All right. That being said, I want nothing else to play. So let me just make sure nothing else happens there, and let me invite our brother, who is now the main event, folks. A very good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I am good, and we are so happy that you could spend this time with us in the ring. You know, we are so proud of what you have done at your end, Mr. Thompson, Councilman Thompson, and I can't say it any better. You have you have held our flag high.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, going back to what you stated just a few moments ago, when Guyanese travel overseas, whether it's Canada or England, you know, whether it's the United States, yes, we do well because we bring that Guyanese culture. We bring that culture of respect. We bring that culture of hard work and tenacity and our faith in being who we are as Guyanese. We are grounded in so much tradition and a tradition of success and education. So yes, I'm proud to carry the flag and to represent our Guyanese community here in the United States, especially here in Georgia.
Fantastic. Let's take a couple step back before we get to this historic win and what makes it so historic. You not only reside in the USA, you're uncomfortable with that. You've gone on to become involved in politics. What was that motivation?
Well, the motivation is, I've always been in the community working with the people. I'm a past president of the Guyana Association of Georgia here, past vice president, past secretary. I've served on many levels with the Guyana Association. I've served in other Caribbean organizations as well. And working directly with the community in youth mentoring, working on different programs where we're giving back to the community, you often get to take the temperature of the community and the things that are needed. You often look at the fact that as immigrants, Guyanese in particular, many of us, we are a part of a larger, underrepresented, underserved, often ignored community. So that is the backdrop for my passion, because being living in the community is one thing. Having that passion to serve and having that passion to run for office where you are able to set policy in place that positively impacts the citizens who are living, whether it's in your city, your county, your state, it's an exceptional thing. Because now, instead of just being a volunteer where you're giving back in a volunteer capacity, you are now an elected official and you're giving back in the capacity of a policymaker that's setting policy to help impact the lives of those individuals, especially the Guyanese and Caribbean folks in our community.
Fantastic. And tell us a little bit about what makes Georgia special. I know we like walk. Guyanese like walk, and I might want to take a walk to Georgia. What makes Georgia so special that you want to represent it at this level?
Well, Georgia is, or I should say the Metro Atlanta area, has become, home to many cultures, many immigrants from different countries and so on and so forth. For those of us who live in Georgia, we might liken many areas in Georgia to back home. So you have the city life, and then you have the suburban life, you have the country life, right? What makes it so special is the weather. We never get as cold as Canada and New York. We might get some chilly days or so on and so forth, but we have warm weather. You can do your farming, grow your vegetables. Many of us who grow up growing bora and callaloo in the backyard and having chickens and so on and so forth can have that farm life, that agricultural life here in Georgia, which is very big, But in the Metro Atlanta area, we have, anywhere, over 100,000 Guyanese living here in Georgia itself, but concentrated in the Metro Atlanta area. But it is a special place. It's a special place where you actually get to interact with not just Guyanese, but members of other Caribbean countries. We have our association, which is very successful. We've been visited by many by heads of states, by ministers of government there in Guyana. And, so we're really positioned well here in Georgia as Guyanese.
Awesome. So you decided to run for councilman. You are Guyanese American. What were some of the issues that you would have championed, and what do you think gave your campaign the edge?
Well, first, let me just clear the air. I'm Guyanese. I'm Guyanese born.
Born and bred.
Born. I was born in '69 in Lodge, right? I'm a Lodge boy.
Big up Lodge. Big up Lodge.
Big up
Respect a man as Lodge.
Durban Street Lodge. Yeah.
Awesome.
And what made me run? What gave me the passion to run in the city of Lawrenceville and to represent the people are looking at the fact that there are many ways in which people can be served in this city. There are opportunities to be a representative that will actually bring representation to everyone in the city of Lawrenceville. We have many individuals in this city who are not served, who are not served properly, who are not represented properly, who don't feel as if they're getting the services and the focus and the attention that other folks get in this city. So I served on 2 boards here, and again, as Guyanese, we're always active, we're always involved. So I served on what was called the Architectural Review Board, where we reviewed plans and renderings for businesses that are expanding into the city, or businesses who are already in the city that are looking to expand their operations. And we have to view the plans to make sure that they are in compliance with the ordinance and the codes of the city. On the other board, the Lawrenceville Neighborhood Alliance, we reviewed the city's codes to ensure that residents were in compliance with the codes. So, being active and seeing things from an active member, I decided that it was time for me to run. I ran in 2019, I lost. And I decided immediately after that loss to come back in 2021 and run again. So on November 2nd, I won a 4-year term. And in 4 years, I get the opportunity to run for re-election. I am the first Guyanese born to win the seat in the city, and could be the very first Guyanese in the state of Georgia to win a city council seat. So it's historic, yes, for Guyanese. I am proud. People say, yeah, I live here long. If I ain't Guyanese no more, but I'm very Guyanese. And let me tell you something. I am proud in every opportunity I had to discuss my campaign. I always spoke about where I came from, and I spoke proudly about being a Guyanese running for an office here in America.
Awesome. And circling back to the B part of the question, what did you think gave you that edge over your competitors? I'm certain this wasn't any cake and any walk in the park.
No. Well, I had 2 opponents. I won with 659 votes. The second place person came in with 509 votes. The third place person came in with 119 votes. So I had an overwhelming win with 51% of all votes casted. What gave me the edge was that I served on these boards and invested time in the city already prior to running. Number 2, I had a very ambitious vision plan that I wrote, and I documented everything that I wanted to do, and it's on my campaign website. So it wasn't just bullet points. I wanted to make sure that the citizens of Lawrenceville know that I wanted to work on their behalf to bringing living wage jobs into the city. Living wage jobs that will enable residents to work and earn a living wage, a salary that can enable them to, live comfortably in Georgia, to provide a shuttle service for transportation around the city, for economic development and bringing companies into Georgia that will benefit our city. Look at public safety and the quality of life, for our citizens. And again, not just those on the other side of the city, but for those of us who are basically looking out for the representation that we did not have for all of these years. So I was passionate, went door to door. I definitely separated my audience. I spoke to different groups, not just in large gatherings, but I targeted groups, and I wanted to make sure that they understood that I was going to be a representative for them and being that voice at the table of discussion and decision making.
Awesome. Congrats again on that.
Thank you.
Very, 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 very big win, and historic again, being the first Guyanese to have done this in that area. Again, no small feat. You've lived away from home for a little bit, Councilman. In looking back, maybe your views. Let's join this. As a country, our development over time. What are your own, if any, concerns you might have, or thoughts you might have on where we should be going?
Well, the big thing right now is oil, and with the discovery of oil comes opportunities to use these revenues to really develop our education system, develop our healthcare system, and to develop other sectors where we can create jobs for our citizens and especially our young people. Our young people are looking for opportunities to work in good jobs and find really good, stable employment in Guyana. So my concern is making sure that oil revenues are used to basically fund and finance these sectors so that we can have jobs, especially in education and healthcare. We definitely need those areas strengthened and, making sure that employment is created for our young people.
Great. And let me see. What when you talk with Guyanese in your constituency, are there issues back home that concerns them, that bothers them, that they may say, Councilman,
Well, I know folks who are who travel frequently. I travel prior to COVID. I was traveling frequently to Guyana myself, and I know the road conditions are always the number one thing. The volume of traffic coming through the roads, and the speed at which vehicular operators are driving on the streets. It seems to be a lack of humanity and concern for citizens who are pedestrians who are walking. Yes, So these are some of the things. The speed at which buses are driving. We see it all the time. These accidents on the Linden Highway or buses going up to Mahika, and you see. I mean, we see it all play out on social media. So these are some of the concerns. It's just the lack of concern for fellow human beings in Guyana. For our fellow citizens. I think that's the one thing that everybody always talk about.
Great, and we really need to bring that under control. Our the way we use the roads, the carnage on our roads, and as you said, our lack of humanity where that is concerned. We really need to take a pause there and to rethink how we operate on our roads. Councilman, it is really, really good having you.
Thank you so much.
If there's any other thoughts you want to share with us, be my guest. I may not have asked all of the questions, but we are definitely going to be looking at your tenure and to see. You said in 4 years you have the chance to run for re-election, but something tells me you have your eyes a little higher.
Well, I won't let that out the bag. We always start small and we use it as a springboard to other things. But right now, my focus is on being the best councilman, being effective, and to serve in this position and deliver on those campaign promises and for all those voters, all those individuals who voted for me, who donated to my campaign. Just making sure that I give them a return on their investment, because they invested in me, and now I have to deliver, and that's where I am. 4 years from now, we'll see.
Fantastic. And what would you say is the number one thing you're going to be focusing on?
Number one thing is the transportation system and the shuttle service, because our elderly residents do not have access to transportation or as frequently or as affordable as they would like to. And also looking at affordable housing for our retirees and for those who are earning under a certain annual income, because we can't just build houses and homes for those who are earning a good salary, but we also have to be conscious of the inventory of homes and houses for those who are under a certain income bracket as well. So those are some of the first things that I will be looking at.
Great. Well, we wish you every success.
It's all about the people. Take care of the people. Yes.
And I agree with you. That definitely comes first, and definitely your message must have resonated with your constituents, because they have elected you as councilman there in that area in Atlanta. So again, in Georgia, more specifically, congratulations, and we hope that you come back from time to time and let us know how things are going there, especially with the Guyanese community. We fast and we like to know what's happening where you guys are.
That's right. Thank you so much.
And listen, I know we got lots of folks watching us.
Uh-huh.
You'll have to watch out for the phone calls, because in true
No.
Guyanese fashion, some people can just remember Councilman
Yeah.
Thompson's whole, half cousin from Auntie
Yeah.
Jane down here.
All the half cousins, the Knox people. Yes. I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to expect those
Yeah.
phone calls.
All right. Well, we hope that you continue to carry, thoughts of our country with you, especially
Thank you,
large,
sir.
right? And
Yes,
if
that's
folks
right.
think, if folks think nothing good can come from larger, hey, watch out now.
Hey, that's right.
Anyway,
That's right.
lots coming back.
Yeah.
Councilman Thompson, so great to
Yeah.
have you this evening. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you so
us.
much. Thank you so much for your invitation. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Folks, that's it. That's it. We want to thank the folks who put this together for us, making sure we had Councilman Thompson, guys. We promise you when we featured him a couple nights ago as being somebody who would have done well in the diaspora, that we would have tried our best to have him. And you speak things into the universe, and because your heart clean. Because your heart clean, you understand, you attract goodness. So folks, we are thankful that Councilman Thompson came through there, and we really wish him well. Guyanese really going to diaspora and do well, do very, very well. Again, Councilman Austin Thompson there, who has had this very historic campaign, winning as a Guyanese, and we are really, 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 really happy for all that is happening. And folks, when you guys, you carry our standard out there, y'all make me feel nice. That being said, folks, that's our program this evening. I know folks are heading off to other places, other shows, and so and such and so forth. But I want to stick around. I still got some time on the clock, and wish people like, and rather say thank you to people like George Campbell, who has stopped by. Say thank you to folks like June Cameron and Paulette Greaves, Melissa Sue. Folks, the COVID numbers, we are watching them still. We see we had a few deaths just today in Guyana, and we're also seeing a lot of about 77 new cases of COVID-19, confirmed cases of COVID-19. So we're watching that, folks, as well. We're watching those shares as well out there, folks, those shares, and we're watching also as you guys hit those emojis. We want to see the emojis. Y'all know we say it here all the time. We licorice, we scraven, and we hungish for it. We can't put it any other way. And guys, you have to help us to move forward, to do what we're doing, continue to do it in a really big, special way. Y'all are seeing the changes so far. Y'all are seeing the little tweaks and such and so forth. We got miles to go, guys. Miles to go. I mean, we are still adding some more dimensions to the program, and you're going to see a fuller rollout shortly, guys. Come on board with us, partner with us, guys, and see this thing grow from strength to strength. Thank you again, Councilman Austin Thompson. We are so privileged, guys, and all you fantastic folks who are still with us. Folks like George Campbell, who is here with us, and Carol Braffett, Natasha Joseph, Tracy Mullen is here, Dennis King. I see also Joan Stephanie. Joan, how you doing? I see also Ingrid Pearson and Roxy McKinnon. Good to see you guys. You see, we started early. We finished early, and we're gonna finish plumb on the appointed hour. Yvonne Daly, good to see you. Chisung Henry, Natasha Joseph, great to see you guys as well. Sean Archer, good to see you as well. Bernadette Lewis, George Campbell, good to see you too. Valda Robinson, Diane Fordyce, Diane Gravesandi, all the Dianes are here. Denise King, good to see you too. Amanda Daniels, great to see you. Claire, Alexis Chomley Richmond, good to see you there too, Claire. It's been a little while. Father Mike, how are you doing, Father Mike? Good to see you. Father Mike, Joyce Van Kooten. This is them rich people named Van Kooten. Joyce, how are you doing? Good to see you guys. As you go, we pray that you share the live stream. And you know, we've asked you guys to come on board and to partner with us. Guys, I wish I had it here, but I picked up a New York Times over the weekend, the Sunday edition of the New York Times, and it's a huge paper. for $6. It's a huge paper for one day, $6. Lots of content. I love it. And we've asked you guys to come on board and to partner with us on a monthly basis, $5, 10, 15, 20 US dollars per month. One New York Times for Sunday is $6. $6. So treat it as though you're buying a New York Times. Come on board and to partner. At the Cash App is $, in the ring 592. At PayPal is in the ring 592 at gmail.com. That's the email for PayPal. At MMG 6276963. And you know by now you have some photographs, some video, news tip, and information tip. You can share it with us via the WhatsApp via 6276963, guys. And also we're available on the platforms for Western Union and MoneyGram. Help us to keep our program going. Really great doing this work for you guys like Jackie Cameron and Mullian Mullin. Good to see all you fantastic, fantastic folks. I wish I had that paper. Tomorrow night I'm going to show you. Thick paper there out of the New York Times. I love it. I love the very, very, that high level of analysis and writing and news gathering that the New York Times does. And so I picked up one over the weekend, and it's going to take me 3 weeks to get through it. A friend of mine was telling me, it takes me 3 weeks to get through that Sunday paper, but we got to do what we got to do, folks. Come on board and partner with us, guys. Every cent that you give to us is going to be well spent. Every blind cent, guys. Good to see all of you in the ring. Carol Braffett, I see you there. I see Rowena Cummins as well. Candy Naleen in the Jeet. Well, once you call Candy name, you got to call Father Mike. Roxana Campbell, I see you as well. Roxana. Allison Martinez. Good to see you, Allison. I see Devon Trotman. I hope you are good. Devon has a huge comment there. It's going to take me some time to get through that. Ovita, is it Ovita Blackman? Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that clearly. Denise King, Paul D'Angelo, George Campbell, Neil Bino. Good to see you, Neil. And I see as well. Yep. Kes Sharma, how are you doing, Kes? Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend and that you guys are energized. Guys, we got to get to Friday again, get to that other weekend. There are going to be challenges, guys, but I know that you guys have it in you to surmount those challenges and not only to survive, but to thrive. That is what living is about, to thrive. And I hope that when we're off over the weekend, you guys are getting some time to reflect. You know, the examine life is important to examine, and that's what we do over the weekend. Right? Recalibrate, look at the program. What can we tweak? What can we get better? Right? Look at the last week. What can we do differently? And so, guys, that's what it's about, the examine life. And so we guys hope you have a fantastic week. We have done our hour and a little bit more. So again, Mark Williams, Amanda Daniels, Mullian Mullin, Vanessa, is it Lee or Lai? Vanessa Lai, Christy Burrows. I see Denise Welchman is here still. Candy Naleen, Inderjeet, and Marky. Fantastic evening to all you folks out there. Thanks for joining us in the ring this evening. That's our program time, guys. I see also Yvonne Elias. I see Rowena Cummins is still with us. I see Sandra Hanover, Auntie Sandra. So good to see you. So good to see you, Auntie Sandra. Sharon Castello Edwards. Sharon Castello. It could be Sharon. But y'all know we extra. Sharon Castello Edwards. Warnella Garnett. Good to see you there, Warnella. Y'all know we little extra in the ring. You know, guys, we got to keep fighting. Stay vigilant. Stay alert, guys. Continue to social distance. Continue to wear your mask. Continue to sanitize. Continue to practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and for your safety, that of your friends, family, and loved ones. That being said, guys, after he said these words, he closed the book. He closed Facebook. That being said, guys, been our privilege. That's our program for this evening. We're going to see you guys back here tomorrow night. And consider, guys, partnering with us. We need your help to continue to move forward. Take nothing for granted. Stay vigilant. Partner with us. And let's move this thing forward. God bless you guys. God bless you and God bless your families. Stay safe.